Hey guys, what's up? How's it going? This is Easy Drawing. Sorry for the noise outside. I think there's an ambulance going by. I'm not in the ghetto or anything. But we're gonna go over today. We're gonna draw Freddy Fozbear. I forget the pronunciation, but basically from Five Nights at Freddy. We draw Freddy, kind of an upper torso, and we are gonna use two things today. Okay, I'm gonna be using this just regular pencil. Just the fact that this is a pencil, doesn't matter what kind of pencil, any pencil. Doesn't matter. I'm using a Derwent 3B, that's just because it's there. And then I'm going to be using this Pigma Micron 05. And this kind of has a tinta, this is a different color to it. This is kind of a browner color. I just thought I'd use it because his fur is brown. But, you know, I just thought I'd like to use it as well, to be honest. I haven't used it in a while. And I'm going to, if you look to the left side of your screen right here, I'm going to put little chapter selections on here so that you can go through this video at any stage. I'm going to split it up into 3 parts in this one because I'm not going to color it. I'm just going to do 3 parts. Under sketch, then drawing, when I actually go into it with the drawing itself and actually kind of like, you know, draw it out, like more detail. And then the actual inking part of it. So I'm going to split that up into 3 sections. Look to your left. At any time in the video you can jump around. So let's get into it right now, okay? So I'm going to be doing my undersketch right now with a pencil. And so for the undersketch section, I kind of have to think through in my head, like, what general shapes is Freddy's head made up of, you know? And right off the bat, you know, you kind of think of, like, I think of a square first. Think of a square. And then his front jowls kind of section, like that snout he has, is kind of like another square. Pretty much close to the same size, not quite, but yeah, about the same size. And actually, let's give him more forehead here. What I'm doing is I'm thinking of very simplistic shapes and then pulling them and changing them, you know, to suit what I need. Actually, we won't stay with the upper torso. I'm just going to stick with his portrait on this one, and then next we'll do torso. His top hat. Very simplistic. It's like a sliver and then a box on his head. Let me see if I'm going out of the... I don't want to go out of the frame here so you can see it. Thinking of these rectangles. Circle for his ears, just generally. I just throw in a circle. And this is all under sketch, right? Under sketch means it's underneath. This is the foundation that which we'll draw stuff over. Nose is a circle, kind of a longer circle though. Pull the side of the snout out, not quite as long as I thought. And that's kind of like a hot dog shape almost in the front. And now we're dividing up these large shapes that we had. These shapes were just a framework. Pulling his lower jaw, trying to connect it to the back of his head. His head comes up a little. Putting down a row here for his jacked up teeth. And with his teeth, see, I kind of have like a front plane right here, and then it kind of like curves and goes up. You know what I mean? Back into his mouth. He has eyes very close to the front of his head, which is a creepy ass design, I think. I think it's really creepy. And then that's my general foundation for Freddy, I think. I think pretty close. That's just my foundation. This is the under sketch. So far, this is the under sketch section. Now, we're going to move on to the actual drawing. So I'm using regular computer paper. What I'm going to do with this regular paper, except it's 11 by 17. I'm going to actually put just a single sheet of paper over my undersketch, and I'm going to start my drawing. And now I don't have to think about proportion as much. You know what I mean? Now I can just kind of concentrate on you know, the drawing itself. You know, because I can barely see it through there. Freddy's got lazy eyes and a lot of, I mean, sometimes he's got freaky eyes, but we're going to do him with a lazy eye. Kind of like that droopy eye, I guess, not lazy eye. Lazy eye means it's going off in one direction, right? Did the droopy eye thing even underneath. His nose comes in front of the other eye. So I'm going to make sure to place that in there first. And we're going to ink over this, so it's not even, I mean, it's definitely good to, because this is where I'm going to ink. Whatever line I put down, this is what I will ink over. So it's a good idea to kind of keep that in mind, really. Remember to draw through the form, kind of, in a way. That's what we did before. So if it's like a circle, don't kind of squish it weird, you got to know that that nose is coming in front of that circle. That hot dog shape again. I shrank it down actually a little bit. Pulling down the mouth. Actually, let's do the side of the head first. There's some things that I do, sometimes in different order. Honestly, I kind of go in different orders, but once in a while, usually my train of thought is I want to get a certain aspect down to him so that I can use for scale, you know? Back of his neck. He's got this kind of like, I don't know how to say it, this swoop in the back of his neck because of his cheek. It kind of bulges out. You have to remember he is a robot, you know? It's kind of robotic, animatronic. So things will connect in a you know, not a normal way. Pulling his mouth around here. Looking at his jacked up teeth. They're kind of spaced in between to make him creepier. It definitely works, you know, definitely creepier. He's got this kind of cleft in his chin. Pull up. Go to this side over here. Other ear as well. That other ear has that inner part of it. And the hat is almost exactly the same as the undersketch. A little bit more of a, like maybe a slight more dip in it, but oops, I actually went too long with that line. And then his animatronic body over here. He's got a bow tie. And I think that's about it, almost. Oh yeah, I forgot his eyebrows. It's amazing. I was like looking, I was like, why does it look so weird? Oof. All right, so now we're gonna get into the inking, okay? And like I said before, I already told you what kind of pen I had, but I'll say it again. It's a Micron, Pigma Micron 05, and it's kind of a little bit browner of an ink than normal. This isn't a completely black pen. I just thought it'd be kind of cooler to use it. You know, maybe it won't be. We'll see. I've never really used it for this before, so we'll find out. Also got my eraser handy, you know, just to kind of get rid of any excess lines. So let's kind of get into this. Pulling the lines here, and it's a fairly, I wouldn't say this pen I have right here is very dark. It's really not dark, I mean thick. It's really not that thick. But one thing I want to get across right here is when I want to make sure that he looks like an animatronic. So I'm going to actually put a little space of dark here around his eyeball in kind of an odd way. Like I want to make sure it looks like that eye socket is just an installed eye socket. That makes sense. So right here I would like to go a little bit dark. A little more dark around what normal. A little more dark than normal, I think. Iris and pupil. Eyebrow. I'm going to fill that in here with this. If I, let me see if I have another. I have another one here. Okay, this is perfect. See, I have another one here. This is a Pigma Graphic 1, and it's the same color, it's brown, but for this I can actually shade in like the eyebrow, like I was doing right there. I might actually end up using this. I think this is more suited to demonstration. Actually I might use this. Fill in that eyebrow in. And one of the biggest things, at least when you kind of ink something, it would be control. You know, you got to control certain things about it. Mostly the curves, you know, because you're pulling these things and it's like, wow, any wrong turn, it's not going to be good. You know, it's permanent, so. Oops, you see like I just screwed up there. And you can kind of turn mistakes into non-mistakes. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to leave a little sliver right here for shine. Shine kind of shows off that edge right there. It shows that shows the, you know, the shape of that curve. Going in here to the muzzle area. Essentially I'm just tracing over what I did before right now. I may want to throw a little bit more, see like that brow, you know, stuff. Because the thing is, you know, that it's from originally digital information, you know, so you might not see stylistic. There's really no stylized line, you know, within the game. I don't think. I guess there's like posters of them and stuff. So you kind of have to like throw that stuff in there on your own. Stuff with the ear, for example. I need to stylize my line. Right here in the teeth area. Teeth are very similar. Screwed up teeth. Whoops. Went over that. Not so concerned about that area. I feel like it can be. It's a lot easier to fix that area than the eyes, because people tend to look right at the eyes and stuff. Picking my shots here. How fast do I pull a line? I suggest pulling it pretty quick. This marker, whatever this, I'm sorry, this pen, graphic, whatever, it's kind of dying, so that's why I'm being a little careful with it. I'm pulling lines quick, but I'm also not pulling them super quick. I'm treating the lower body here as an afterthought, you know? And I'm going to go in here to the mouth. He has some teeth sticking down. Just a little bit there. And he has also got some like animatronic shit in his, in his mouth. But I don't really want to put that in here. I think that'll kind of break the drawing up. So I'm just gonna leave it as is right there, kind of like it's a tongue. You can decide to fill that in or not. Actually, if you want, you can easily fill it in. You know, it could give it more depth, or it could. I don't think it would break it, but you have to be careful about stuff like that. I could fill in his hat, but that's something I'm trying not to do. I don't really want to. I don't know. Let me think. One moment. I put a little shadow here from his ear, though. And I'm trying to fight filling in his hat. I don't want to fill in his hat. I don't know why. Just don't want to do it right now. I'm not going to fill in his hat. And let me erase some stuff here. I got a kneaded eraser. I'm just taking this. Be careful not to do it too quick after, because then you'll smear the ink or whatever. And do it in one direction, and be careful though, because I've seen people crumple up their paper if they do it too hard. Instead of doing it really hard, just kind of do it in the same place over and over again, semi-gently, semi-firmly, And then I'm going to do what I usually do, which is I throw a kind of a thicker line over the whole thing. Over the contour. And that's about it for this sketch. Sketch and, what do you call that? Inking. I'm going to do this to kind of show that that's dark, but I don't want to fill in. The hat I'll leave as is. Anyways, thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate it. Please, you can check back at any division of this video. Tell me if you like this kind of format, and I'll keep doing it. Comment below. Please comment, and I'm going to change this channel up and really, make it through the roof for you guys. Thanks a lot, guys. I'll see you later.